Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are listening to KSFS San Francisco at beccamedia.net/KSFS Radio. That being said, welcome to another episode of Something Sporty.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everyone. I hope everyone's weeks are off to a good start. I am Erik, as always, and I have my lovely co-host, the one and only,
AKA Sid, or GN, you guys say. But how's your weekend, Erik?
I would say it was a bittersweet one. So, recently it was my last home meet. For like just in general, really, for both cross country and track and field.
Ooh.
Yeah. So earlier in that day, we celebrated, or actually, before I get to that, there was a Friday, there was the Johnny Matheson fight. That's the name of our home meet.
Okay.
And it was split into 2 days. Like Friday was the field events, and then Saturday was all the running events.
Yep.
And on that Friday, yeah, again there was the field events, but during then I couldn't help volunteer there because I had games to commentate, softball games, and one of them went to 12 innings.
Shoo! That's crazy.
Yeah, and the Gators won off a walk-off double.
Shoo!
Yeah, more on that later. But now on to Saturday. We celebrated senior day, so it was me and my roommate as the only male runners that are graduating this semester.
Let's go. We're close to that.
Yeah, but it was a pretty sad day too because again it was our final home meet of our careers, really.
Yep.
Yeah. As for my roommate, he performed pretty well. He ran in the 1500 meter and the 800 meter. So he qualified for conference for both races.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what the exact standings are, but he definitely got them down. Well, for the 800, as far as I know, it's 1:58, 1 minute and 58 seconds.
Oh, damn, that's pretty fast.
Yeah, it's insane, and he got that. And I mean, I knew that he was going to get it down. There's a saying I like to say: if there's Evan, there's a way.
Oh, is that his name?
Well, I mean that's what I say
okay,
about
got
him
it.
and his ability. Phenomenal runner.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and as for me, I ran the 5K.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that was.
How was that?
That race hurt.
Why? How come?
One, it was humid out at the time,
yeah,
which doesn't make any sense because it's San Francisco.
Usually cold and foggy in here.
More so cold.
Yeah.
I mean, we're barely seeing any fog. I mean, it appears at random. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
It's San Francisco. And, I mean, I beat out my my teammate in the final stretch, apparently. And according to one of my other teammates, they were, hyped about it. But I'm staying humble about it all. So
That's good.
yeah. And I still have a couple more races on me.
Before before you end your career,
Pretty much. This Friday, we're going up to Cal Poly Slow.
Shoot.
Well, we're leaving on Thursday afternoon from campus and then going to
Slow.
to Cal Poly Slow. Yeah,
Is it like a 3-4 hour ish drive?
that's a good question. I'm not really sure how long it is exactly. Neither have I been to Cal Poly Slow in God knows how long.
Okay.
And then after that is the conference championships over at Cal State San Marcos, and that's a 3-day event, I think.
Ooh, so is it like a weekend event, like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
No. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, pretty much there's that. And yeah, so how was your weekend?
Basically, I did a midterm project. So
how was that?
thank God it was pretty good. But it was I just have to present, and for some reason my group voluntarily want to go first, and for some reason also my first the first 4 slides is also mine, and it caught me off guard because they didn't tell me we were going first. And I was like, oh my god! So I was like, this the funny part. They're like, oh, Gian, can you share your screen for me? This they didn't know that we're gonna present first. I thought we just, checking our thing, but actually that's the actual presentation.
Wait, what?
Because at first they wanted to share the screen and see our
Slides?
like my
Okay.
professor, but actually that presentation was that's it. I thought it was just like a run through first.
A run through?
Yeah, we're supposed to do a run through first. With my teacher if everything is good, but they didn't tell me it was the actual presentation.
So let me get this straight. Your presentation was literally just a run through.
No, they told me, my teammates told me it's a run through. So I was like, oh, so I wasn't prepared.
Oh.
And then it was actually the final presentation for the midterm.
Oh, is it a final? Oh, no, wait. You said it was a midterm. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I thought it was just a practice thing that we're gonna do with our, because we're gonna present it to the class. Apparently, he just want to do him listening to the whole thing, and then that's it.
In front of the whole class.
Um,
Or was this like one-on-one?
Yeah,
as
one-on-one.
in with the instructor and you
and
and
my
your group
Yeah,
members.
basically. I thought the final one was with the whole class with him and everything, but he was like, oh, we don't have time for next week. But I think he's out this week, so that's why he just did it like last week.
Ah.
So
okay.
it
that makes
threw me
sense.
it threw me off guard. So I was like, what? Like I was the first one because we were all like in Zoom, but it was on the group. We are on the different group. Like when you're in the group session.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
And then the professor just comes in and then.
Oh yeah, the little rooms
Yeah.
that are set up on Zoom. Oh wait, this was on Zoom. Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
So it was a little bit still easier, but like it still threw me off guard. I was like, oh, so this is how we're getting graded now. I'm like, oh crap! I didn't prepare myself, but it went well. I think we did pretty good. Like probably got a 95 out of 100, so we're pretty good.
Not bad.
We
not
hit
bad
we
at
hit all
all.
the points, and we exactly hit around 10 minutes. 10 minutes. So yeah, that was pretty good.
Okay, awesome.
And then just work. I tried to go to the Cherry Blossom Festival from the last
that's
week.
right.
Because
That's,
it was
that's still ongoing, right?
The last yesterday was the last day. But they had 2 weeks, but it's amazing. There was I should have brought my dog because they had a dog parade. We just bring everyone's dog.
Oh,
There's so
no way.
Yeah, there's so many corgis, Shivas, and poodles, every dog. And you can join if you have a dog, and just like I think I don't know how long it's a parade, but it's pretty sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I wish I brought my dog. I didn't know that they're gonna have a parade because I didn't go to the last weekend. Because the previous weekend didn't do it, so only this one. So it was pretty good. So many corgis I've seen. One of them looks like exactly my dog, but my dog is a little chunkier. But yeah, that's my weekend.
All right. Now on to shouting out our teams. First up, we have baseball. So pretty busy week for both baseball and softball because they had makeup games on Tuesday, like makeup doubleheaders, because they were supposed to compete against the teams earlier this season, but it got rained out because of all the storms that hit us earlier this year.
So they rescheduled it, and then it happened recently.
Exactly.
Oh, I got it.
All right. So, on April 11th of last week, the Gators took on the Wildcats in makeup games. Nick Upstill scored the first run by a Nick Gonzalez RBI single. Later on, in the bottom of the second inning, Cunningham hit his 5th home run of the season. Schrader advanced to third to start a 3-run 5th inning off a throwing error. Justin Clark cleared out the bases with an RBI single, and in the bottom of the 6th, Gavin Hamovitz brought a pair of runners home with a double down the left field and was advanced to third, then home with back-to-back bunts.
Ooh, that's good.
Cunningham hit a 2-out RBI single in the 7th to cap off the Gators' offense for the day. Sammy Gonzalez, excuse me from earlier, but Sammy Gonzalez, that's the name I meant. Sammy Gonzalez went 3 for 3 with a double and an RBI. Michael Cunningham was 2 for 3 with a pair of runs, RBIs, and his 5th homer of the season. Justin Clark hit his 11th double of the season as well. Game 2, with Daniel Santos at first and Sammy Gonzalez at second, Nick Upstill went up to the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Upstill's double allowed Gonzalez to score cleanly, and an error throw from the right fielder allowed Santos to cross home plate. The Gators loaded the bases with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Justin Temilier's pitch bounced off the catcher, allowing Upstill to score off the passed ball. The Wildcats cut the lead to 1 with a 2-run homer in the top of the 7th, but only reached base one more time with the rest of the game. Tyler Franks had his best outing of the season, going 5 scoreless innings with 3 strikeouts, a walk, and a hit. Franks improves his record to 2-1. Now on to their series matchup against the Stanislaus State Warriors, which both the Gators baseball and softball teams competed against them for on Friday and Saturday, and for the Gators Sunday as well. But anywho, Matt Sugden hit an RBI double with an RBI double in the top of the second as Stanislaus got more runners going until the Gators tied it up in the third off a big error to place Gonzalez in the third. A wild pitch allowed Stanislaus to score again as the Warriors ultimately won that game 8-2. In Game 2, the first of the doubleheader that happened, a sacrifice hit brought the first runner in. The Warriors loaded the bases up with 2 outs and drew an RBI walk to take a 2-0 lead. But the Gators retired the next batter up. After a hit by Cunningham, Gators used small ball to help him and Caleb Chance advance Stanislaus, and they were able to add an insurance run in the 6th. Gators loaded the bases in the top of the 9th with 2 outs, but a fielder's choice cut the comeback short for the Gators as they lost 3-1. Game 2 of that doubleheader, after 5 scoreless innings, the Gators were able to score some runs thanks to pitching from the Warriors. Nick Upstill drew a leadoff walk, stole second, and crossed home off an RBI single by Cody Gardner. Following that, the Warriors made a pitching change. Later on, a sack hit put the Gators up 3 runs in the top of the 7th off of 3 consecutive RBI hits. Cody Gardner singled to center, Matt Sugden doubled to left center, and A.J. Schrader tripled to cap off the scoring drive, winning the game 5-1. Gabriel Lopez ran into some trouble in the second inning with bases loaded and 2 outs. After allowing an RBI walk, the defense retired the next batter. The Warriors hit RBI singles in the 5th and 6th innings to take a 3-0 lead. The Gators cut the lead down to 1 in the 8th. Upstill hit into a fielder's choice to allow 1 runner to score. And with Sammy Gonzalez on first and Upstill at third, the Gators completed a successful double steal to bring Upstill home. Stanislaus took a 4-2 lead following an RBI single in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Gators have a pair of makeup games against Chico State on Wednesday, April 19th, this Wednesday.
Oh, that's coming up.
And currently the Gators have a 22-15 record and are currently 15-14 in the conference, the CCAA. The Warriors improved to 21-16 and 14-13 in the CCAA. SF State falls to 5th in front of Cal State East Bay for the conference standings, that is.
Yep.
The Gators lead that series 2-1 and have 1 makeup game remaining. Now on to softball. The Gators first went up against the Cal State East Bay Pioneers in the makeup series. In Game 1, the Gators took the lead when Danielle Guerrera connected with a second pitch she saw for a home run that hit the scoreboard in left field.
Wait, really? Hit the scoreboard? That's crazy.
No joke. Yeah, that happened like twice this week.
Oh,
more on that later.
Crazy.
All right. Where was I? Adriana Martinez led off the 6th inning with a single, and the Pioneers tied the game on Gabriela Rivera's RBI single up the middle. SF State walked it off in the 7th inning. Guerrera reached on a fielding error at first base, and Maddie Scott came in to pinch run. The speedy freshman moved up on Kira Nilsson's sacrifice bunt, then scored when Marissa Jordan singled down the first baseline, caught chalk, then took a weird hop over first baseman Serena Cadena's glove into right field. Anna Maria Beard took the loss for the Pioneers. She tossed just 62 pitches but was charged with 2 runs, 1 earned in the 6th and 3rd innings. She didn't use or issue a walk and had 1 strikeout. In Game 2 of this doubleheader, the Pioneers scored 2 runs off of fielding errors. SF State got a run back in the bottom of the first. Kai De Leon drew a leadoff walk and scored on Vincent's RBI double to left center. However, Vincent was stranded at third, and the Gators left 2 more on the base and path in the second. In the 4th inning, East Bay added more runs from a Cynthia Carrillo home run. Maddox worked out of a bases-loaded jam in the 5th, and Vincent came through. Taya Vincent, that is, came through with another RBI single that pulled the Gators to within 4-2. However, the Gators left 2 more, stranding Guerrera and Vincent on 2nd and 3rd, unfortunately not able to complete the comeback. Splitting the series against East Bay, losing the second game 4-2, but winning the first one 2-1. Now on to Stanislaus Game 1. In the bottom half of the 5th inning, Misasi worked a 2-out walk. Then De Leon reached on a ball that gobbled up third baseman Sheridan Gully. That opened the door for Marley Gonzalez, who recorded the Gators' first hit of the day, a double through the left side that put the Gators in front 2-1. In the bottom of the 6th, Guerrero clobbers a home run down center field for the Gators to bring the lead to 3-2. Stanislaus' Katie Thornsberry scored on a sac fly, but SF State's Heffernan got pinch hitter Jalissa Ledesma swinging to end Game 1. Now on to Game 2 of that doubleheader. In the bottom of the first, Daniela Guerrera hit a home run off the scoreboard again. Second time this week.
That is
that
insane.
week.
Hey, props for her. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I believe she got 3 home runs that week too.
3 in the 1 week?
Yeah.
It is like back-to-back. This is back-to-back, huh?
No, it was like at different points.
Different points.
But still,
Yeah,
3
in
home
one.
runs. 3! Anyways, where was I? Guerrero hit a home run off the scoreboard for her 3rd home run of the week. Warriors designated player Kaylee Heath led off with a single, and first baseman Peyton Applequist doubled home the tying run with 2 outs. The game went to 12 innings.
That's hella.
Yeah. Not 8, not 9, not 10, but 12 innings.
That's crazy.
And I was commentating like all those games too, those softball games this past week, and I've never commentated for like that long before. Like the second game alone was 3.5 hours long.
Holy cow.
It was intense.
Yeah, I would have been exhausted after that.
Gonzalez followed with a double to left field. Head coach Alicia Reed sent De Leon, but she rounded third wide. The throw home beat her, but she slid in, and the ball was dropped for the winning run, winning 2-1. And I remember like calling that play too. That's gonna be a base hit. De Leon running home. Is she safe? She dropped it. She as in the catcher, that is.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe it. Gators win. The Gators win.
So basically she dropped the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The catcher apparently like dropped the ball.
Oh.
So therefore that out didn't count, and De Leon got the walk-off run.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she was at third base, and then she scored.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Right?
That it's like the right timing and the right thing too. Props for SF State, bro, for pulling that thing.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then and also the opposite team too. They put a 12 inning. That's crazy. You're probably like losing your breath after that. How many hours you already at 12 inning? Like 4 hours?
It was like 3.5 hours.
Sheesh.
That game alone.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And usually how long is the normal ones? Like
That's a good question.
2 hours, 2-ish
like
hours, 1 hour.
An hour and a half to 2 hours.
You would know with double.
Yeah, I mean it's normal for me.
Okay.
Well, and for just like calling the games in general.
Mm.
Yeah, I've commentated both like softball and baseball games before, and that's usually around that time length.
Oh.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's nothing new to me, except for the 12 inning game, of course.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Now on to the Saturday doubleheader. Kai De Leon hit a ball to short, and Michaela Ferreira's throw pulled Peyton Applequist off the bag. De Leon was able to score safely for the Gators. She scored again off of a Taya Vincent flare single. Later on, the Warriors cut into the lead with Applequist's 2-run homer in the third and tied it in the fifth on Sheridan Goaly's 2-out RBI single to left center. The Gators starter Brooklyn Heffernan worked out of another bases-loaded jam in the sixth and got Madison Flexer swinging to preserve the lead as the Gators took Game 1, winning 4-3. Game 2 of that doubleheader, the Gators took another first-inning lead in Game 2. De Leon led the game off with a 4-pitch walk and scored from second on a Guerrero single back up the middle. Off an earned free pass by Marissa Jordan, Cam Kramer, Mia Misasi, and De Leon drew back-to-back 2-out walks that made it 2-0. Then Gonzalez drove home Kramer and Misasi with a single to center field. In the third inning, Corey Coral reached on an error and scored on an RBI single from Ferreira, and goalie Coral reached on an error score on an RBI single from Ferreira, and goalie drove in another run with an RBI single. Following that, Maddox stifled the Warriors, allowing just one hit over the final 4 innings. SF State has won 7 of its last 10 games and improves to 23-17 on the season and 11-13 in the conference. Liana Gonzalez hit .471 batting average on the week and had 8 hits in 6 games. Marley Gonzalez hit .375 with 5 RBIs. Daniela Guerrera batted .350 batting average with 3 home runs, and Marissa Jordan hit .333, going 6 for 18 for the week. The 5 through 7 batters in Game 1 that consists of Kira Nilsson, Jordan Gonzalez, all finished with 2 hits apiece. Gonzalez had 2 more hits in Game 2, as did Gonzalez. Maddox notched her 12th win of the season, which are tied for 4th most among conference pitchers in the CCAA. The Gators will go up against the Pioneers in a doubleheader tomorrow. SF State has won 7 of its last 10 games, as mentioned earlier, and Stanislaus State falls to 12-25 overall and a 6-21 record in conference play. The Gators improved to 12-5 in one-run games this season and to 9-7 at home, winning records on both ends. And now, on to track and field.
This is your thing.
Another busy week for track and field. We've had a couple women go to like separate events throughout the week. First, there was a couple of them went down to Long Beach and then Azusa Pacific University for the respectively the Pacific Coach and Brian Clay invites. To start, Amy Christensen setting a new personal best mark and a NCAA provisional mark in the pole vault at the meet, at the Pacific Coast meet, more specifically. She's already the record holder of the pole vault, and she cleared 3.76 meters.
That was fast. Pretty good.
Makaria Moore-Bastide, who had already jumped a provisional mark earlier this season, recorded an outdoor personal best with a 1.71 meter jump. Maddie Cecilio recorded the Gators' 3rd provisional mark of the weekend, jumping a personal best of 12.16 meters in a triple jump. All 3 Gators have the top marks in the conference currently.
Hey, congratulations to them. Oh my God, they're putting amazing records right there.
Amazing season.
Yeah.
As for the others who have competed, we first want to shout out Vivian Luong, who ran 15.62 in the 100-meter hurdles. Katie O'Brien with 15.85 seconds. In the 400-meter hurdle, Vivian with 108.89. In the 100-meter, Madison Algren with 13.38. Katie O'Brien, 26.49 seconds. That's what she ran for the 200-meter dash. Dami Oyatayo ran 26.51 seconds. Zaya Harris-Bazwe ran 26.77 seconds. Sabra Knight ran 26.84 seconds. Madison Algren ran 27.92 seconds. Now on to the 400 meters. Asado Polk ran 1 minute, 0.18 seconds. Damon Oyotayo ran 1 minute, 0.91 seconds. Zaya Harris-Bazwe ran 1 minute, 1.05 seconds. That is a personal best for her. a 101.55 for Sabrin Knight, her personal best. And now on to the long jump. Essence Jackson ran 5.40 meters, a personal best. Evelyn Contreras jumped a 5.02 meters. Lauren George, 4.91 meters. Algren with 4.37. And in the triple jump, Maddie Cecilia with 11.85 meters.
Jeez.
Desiree Smith with 11.17 meters. And at the Brian Clay meet, Sabrina Carlpara with 1.52 meters. That is a personal best for her. In pole vault Group B, Amy Christensen hit a 3.75 meter mark. In the triple jump, Maddie Cecilia with 12.16 meters, which is a personal best for her. And that was a provisional time as well. Essence Jackson, 11.32 meters. Desiree Smith, 11.21 meters. Evelyn Contreras with 10.88 meters. A 4x400 meter relay that consisted of George, Polk, Knight, and Oyatayo. They ran 3:58.76. And now on to Johnny Mathis, the last home meet of the season. Long jump, Gianna Meyer ran a 4.86 meters, the personal best. In the steeplechase, Annika Penninger ran an 11-minute 35.46 steeplechase, which is not only a personal best for her, but she is top 10 all time in the school, and she got third in her heat as well.
Oh, that's pretty good for his.
And in the 1500 meter, Victoria Liai got second place in her heat for the 1500 meter, running a 5:23.73. Olivia Renfro ran 5:31.32. Sydney Sire ran 5:40.06. In the 100 meter, Isabella Garcia ran 13.61 seconds. Maya Tonokuin, 13.61 seconds. In the 800 meter, Marilyn Vasquez ran a 2:31.95. Kat Condry ran a 2:52.29. In the 200 meter, Maya ran 28.96. Now on to the men's side. Gage Metler ran a 12.45 second 100 meter. Michael McGregor ran 12.66. In the 200 meter, Kyle Batella with 24.7. Stefano McKinney with a 24.81 second 200 meter. Sean Yamasaki with 25.01. Gage Metler with a 26.9. In the 800 meter, Eva Jackson had a 157.84. Tyler Sharp ran a 208.95. Dominic Klima ran a 209.17. And in the 1500 meter, Evan ran a 403.41, and Dominic ran a 413.36. Mind you, he's a freshman, and he did that.
Ooh, oh, he got a long way to go. He's going to keep improving throughout the year.
Yeah, he had a great day overall. Aiden Murdoch ran a 423.84. John Eichmeyer ran a 440.17. Now on to the 5K. I ran a 1545.21. Joey ran a 1548.67. Ben Hegler ran a 16 flat, and Aiden Murtaugh ran a 16:41. As for the 4x4 team, they all ran a 3:46.43, and that team consisted of Dominic Klima, Tyler Sharp, Evan Jackson, and John Eichmeyer.
Woo! Crazy.
And that concludes our shout-outs. And now on to the main thing. A lot has happened in the playoffs.
What?
Oh, yeah. So we talked about the play-in tournament with our guest Jerry yesterday, and
you mean last week?
Or last week, yeah. Thank you. And in the first game, Atlanta versus Miami, Trey dropped 25 points while Clint Capella put up 21 rebounds in the first play-in game for the Hawks to clinch the 7th seed in the tourney against Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero, who dropped 26 and 21 points respectively. And the Hawks have improved to 3-0 all-time in play-in tournament games since the tournament was introduced.
Yes.
Atlanta won 116-105. They out-rebounded Miami 63-39, including 22-6 on the offensive glass that keyed a 26-6 edge in second chance points. But Miami cut that margin to 15 by halftime, then opened the third quarter on a 16-6 run. Add it all up, it was a 27-8 run in 7 minutes of play to get the Heat within 71-66. Yes. But the Hawks had an answer then, and every other time the Heat made a run.
Yep.
And now onto the Lakers and the Timberwolves. Wait, what? Before we get to that, what did you predict for the Atlanta-Miami game last week?
No, I was going for Miami, but they got destroyed. Oh, some of my friends were talking about like, why is Miami not scoring? I'm like, oh, they're like at one point they're down. Hawks were down for like almost. They're up by 20, right? Something like that. I'm not sure what quarter is it, but all my friends are like going for Miami, but they're getting destroyed, and my whole group chat just talking about like, what? Why are you not scoring? Like, why no one's rebounding?
And I think Jerry went with Miami.
Yeah,
as
Miami.
well.
He said they're gonna kill them in 5 games. Remember?
Right, but
Yeah.
but I mean, was he aware that this was like the play-in tournament?
I'm not sure.
I mean, you know what? Screw it. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt this time, and we'll move on.
Yeah.
Now on to the Lakers and Timberwolves matchup. LeBron, unsurprisingly dominant.
Yes.
He had 30 points and 10 rebounds. And the Lakers ended up managing to get the 7th spot in the Western Conference playoffs against a shorthanded Timberwolves. Conley hit 3 clutch free throws to force overtime.
Ooh.
But the Lakers just kept rolling toward their 10th win in 12 games overall, including regular season. Their reward is a date with the second-seeded Memphis Grizzlies.
Sheesh.
And they took that game on a 13-0 run in the 4th quarter.
Oh.
And who was leading the charge? None other than Austin Reeves, who dropped a playoff career high 23 points.
Hey, Austin been killing it, bro. He be shooting that like. This the only reason why I know Austin Reed is there's a video of him that he saw 3 girls in the courtside and he was trying to impress them, and he became like Jordan for something for a second. He just keep buckets after buckets. Yeah, he was like trying to impress those 3 girls. And he did like he kind of fall on them purposely, and everyone in their team knows like, oh, he's trying to get he's trying to impress the 3 girls. Yeah, that's the only reason why I knew him.
I mean, that does sound like an interesting conspiracy theory, and you're no stranger to that, given your previous show, What If?
Yeah.
So
but it was that's the reason why I know.
Yeah. Now on to the next game. We had the Chicago Bulls versus the Toronto Raptors.
Ooh.
Zach LaVine dropped 39 points, and DeMar DeRozan had 23 points against his former team that he was drafted by in 2009. And the Bulls overcame a 19-point deficit to beat the Raptors, 109-105. And who was the star of the show? It was none of the players on the court. Instead, it was DeMar DeRozan's daughter, and she was responsible for the Raptors' poor performance from the free throw line.
Was it the video of a little girl yelling? Is that her?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
Yeah.
What was she yelling? Like miss or something?
Who knows?
Oh yeah, but it was crazy.
But she was screaming, and for the Bulls, it worked like a charm.
Yeah, apparently every time she screamed, they missed like a free throw.
Yeah, maybe it was that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's beyond me. I just saw DeRozan said of DR screams, or DR is the name of DeMar's daughter.
Uh-huh.
For more context, she went viral. He said, "Yeah." So Toronto was 8 for 14 at the line in the opening half. DeRozan said he's sending DR back to school, meaning she won't be at that Friday's game against the Heat. So yeah, like I said, she was responsible for the Raptors' poor performance, shooting 50% from the line.
No.
Now the Pelicans versus the Thunder. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scored 25 of his 32 points after the halftime, including a go-ahead baseline jumper and 4 clutch free throws in the final 29 seconds.
Crazy.
And OKC beat the Pelicans 123-118 last Wednesday night to remain alive in the Western Conference play-in tournament, where Brandon Ingram scored 20 of his 30 points in the second half, including a deep three-pointer with 4.3 to go, but unfortunately and obviously that was not enough. And the Thunder out-rebounded the Pelicans 11-7.
Dude.
Now on to Chicago and Miami. the following game. So Miami got the rebound win as they clinched their 8th seed in the West. DeRozan led the Bulls with 26 points and 9 assists. Alex Caruso added 16 points. Zach LaVine had 15, but shot just 6 for 20. And Kobe White scored 14. They got a road win at Toronto on Wednesday to like keep their season hopes alive, but they just couldn't get the job done over in South Beach.
Damn.
Yeah, so the NBA defines clutch games as those that are within 5 points or less in the final 5 minutes, and the Heat played a league-high 54 of them during the regular season. But Miami won that game 102 to 91.
Oh, damn.
Now on to the last play-in game. We had the Wolves versus the Thunder. And Towns had a 28-point, 11-rebound double-double.
Damn. Crazy.
He said in an interview, in an article posted on NBA.com, he said, quote, "We utilized our size. We did a great job of putting pressure on the paint and just doing what we do best. Rudy was fantastic. He did a lot for us and really imposed his presence." Gobert had a 21-point, 10-rebound double-double himself, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the Thunder with 22 and 19 as the Wolves won 120 to 95.
Whoa, 120.
Now on to the playoffs themselves. This is where stuff begins to get pretty spicy.
Let's see.
First up, we had the first seed Denver Nuggets going up against the 8th seed Minnesota Timberwolves. Jokic balling out as usual. He put up a casual double-double. He put up a 13.14 assist double-double, but Jamal Murray is back. He's finally back in an NBA playoff game after a couple years. Like the last time he played, it was in the bubble over the summer and fall of 2020.
Oh,
when they
COVID time.
when like those teams played over at Disney World.
Oh, what the heck? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and like Jamal Murray was like balling throughout that tournament, but they fell to the Lakers in 6 games in the Western Conference Finals.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, like it was actually entertaining to watch that guy in that bubble, just the bubble in general. And he's just entertaining to watch in general. Like he deserves to be an all-star, but that's a different discussion for a different time.
Yeah.
But what else was there? Both Porter and Murray started off slow, but they were able to turn up their defense, diving for loose balls until they found their shooting touch. And now on to the Grizzlies and the Lakers. Yeah, my team is pretty divided about this matchup. So my teammates, some of them are rooting for the Lakers. Others are rooting for the Grizzlies. I'm rooting for the Grizzlies because, I mean, I hate the Lakers. That's just natural for me.
Yeah. I don't even know what I said last time.
What?
Was Jerry last week? Did I say Lakers or Grizzly? I'm not sure. I forgot.
He said Lakers.
Oh, he said Lakers.
Yeah, I think we all unanimously agreed that it was going to be that.
Yeah. It was. I remember it now. Man.
Yeah. As mentioned earlier, they went on a 13-0 run, led by Austin Reeves. Anthony Davis had 22 points and 12 rebounds, and the poor guy got hurt again. Like he can't catch a break. Like he went up for a block and like he was grabbing his left or right arm, and he was saying, "I can't feel my arm."
Oh no!
But he ended up coming back into the game later on.
Okay, so he's not like really injured, but he was injured in that time.
Yeah, like at this rate, I feel so bad for Anthony Davis. Like
he's been in so many injuries.
Right?
It's crazy.
He can't catch a break. As much as I hate the Lakers, I don't want to see anyone go through like that kind of pain, let alone multiple injuries through a span of 3 seasons or so. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like no one should have to go through that, regardless of what player it is or what team they're from.
Yeah, you want to spend more time playing rather than being injured.
Exactly. Exactly. But Rui Hachimura, he missed only 1 of his 9 shots in the second half, including making all 5 of his 3-point attempts.
That's like 3s.
that's 15 points.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, just from those 3-pointers alone. So it looks like he's finally starting to blossom after being in the league for a couple of years and being traded from the Wizards to the Lakers. So, yeah. Oh, Sacramento versus Golden State.
Ooh.
Oh, game 2 is
Yeah,
actually
it's
going
right now.
on
Yeah,
as we
right.
speak. Actually, check the score right now.
Let me see.
Please do that.
Give me a second.
All right.
The score right now is load. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
All right.
Oh, okay. It's the end of the first half. Warriors is 23, and then Kings is 17. So we're up by 5.
Interesting.
But let's talk about last week.
Oh, man. I was excited about this matchup. Like, it was a long time coming.
Okay.
So, it lived up to the hype.
Yes.
This game definitely lived up to the hype. I couldn't watch it on TV. Like, I don't really have any cable.
Yeah.
But shout out to 95.7 The Game. I was able to listen to the game through there. Both me and my roommate after our meet, we were like tuning in and we were just like hyped about it.
Yeah.
And, like you're like, oh, like after hearing all those calls.
Yeah. Mostly on that last is it last 30 seconds when they're like 103 or 10. They're both tie game, and then I'm not sure who's the last person scored. It became 106, something like that.
I think it was like Clay who hit a 3. Like
Yeah.
he hit like a huge clutch 3 at some point.
Yeah, and it's a tie
in
the
the
game,
fourth
right?
quarter. Yeah.
And then someone in Sac made like another, but I know the score was 103-106. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
who's
I think it was De'Aaron Fox.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah,
probably.
that guy dropped 38 points in that game.
He was about to hit that 40 if he didn't miss the other one, like from the previous one that he made. He would have got probably like 41, to be honest. But yeah, he was going off.
Yeah, and so did Malik Monk. He dropped 32 points, and so did Curry.
Yeah, Curry is not. This is what everyone say. This is after Sac won the game. He said, "Oh, this is the first time that Sacramento are not calling, or not telling them that we're a part of the Bay Area."
No.
I know. That's why they said it's the only time.
No, they are part of NorCal. They are
Yeah.
part of Northern California.
But not Bay Area.
They're like an hour away from here.
Yeah, they don't even have not even close to the Bay.
Oh, wait. It gets a lot more absurd this game. So I was doing some research on Ticketmaster.
Yes.
And I was like checking out tickets for another Warriors and Kings matchup. And I look over at the nosebleed seats. Guess how much were they?
Is it? I'm guessing it's kind of expensive or cheap.
Just guess a number.
Like 120.
Worse.
Worse. Lower or higher?
Higher. In other words.
160.
Worse.
200.
$624.
For the nosebleed, what in the world? Ain't no way.
I can't make this up, man.
Okay, but I know before, even in the Chase Center, you can get for a $600 ticket, you can get at least a better seat. No way the nosebleed. It's like you need binoculars for that, bro. That's crazy. Get.
Sacramento, what are you doing charging $624 for nosebleed tickets? Okay, I get that your guys are in the playoffs for the first time in 17 years. Congratulations.
But it shouldn't be that expensive.
Let alone in nosebleed seats. Are you kidding me? Why do you want to charge that much? I mean, if it's for the finals, okay, fair enough. But this is the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I know, and if I'm paying $600, I better get unlimited food, drinks. What else? I better have a butler for that.
Just any VIP treatment. Maybe a signed jersey
for real. That is a good thing. I better get a jersey after that thing.
of a player of our choosing.
Man,
Like, I told this to my roommate that the price for those tickets were $624, and he was just going hysterical. And so was my friend from high school. Like, he was losing it too. It's like both of us agreed, like, that's terrible pricing for tickets.
I was going pretty high with my numbers earlier, but when you told me it was worse, I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, this is unprecedented for me.
Yeah.
Well, to see that it's that much, that is like, no. Like, you could get Lil Baby concert tickets for like $50, and that's like pretty much 12 and a half times cheaper than that. Mind you, in the same nosebleed
Bro,
section.
you can get a Drake 4 ticket for that much, to be honest.
Right. Oh, okay. I don't want to go on a tangent anymore because we have a lot more basketball to cover.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that tangent out of the way, Phoenix versus the Clippers.
Ooh.
The Phoenix Suns versus the LA Clippers. In Game 1, Leonard dropped 38 points for the Clippers while Russell Westbrook came in clutch with a huge block in the final seconds of the game. Like, Devin Booker was going for a layup, denied by Westbrook.
Ooh.
And the Clippers got the ball back in the final seconds.
Oh, damn. That's lucky.
And they ultimately won that game 115 to 110.
Oh, that's a pretty close game.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 113, 110, but one of the players from the Clippers, I think it was Terrence Mann, and he just like went for a two-handed dunk to seal the deal in the final seconds. It was like with 5 seconds to go, but yeah. But there was something I found out leading up to that series matchup that Paul George was going to be out for that entire series with an injury. So, with that in mind,
the hot take.
It's hot take time.
Damn. That will affect them.
Yes.
A lot.
Absolutely.
This is pretty bad. That's pretty bad for them.
So, with the sound of the siren, I say Phoenix in 5. I say this because the Clippers, they're 12 and 14 throughout this past season without Paul George on the roster. So they have a losing record.
Yeah.
And the odds are not in their favor, basically. And in contrast, the Suns are currently they are 8-1. They were undefeated going into Game 1 with Kevin Durant playing.
Yeah.
And Phoenix has a big three as well in the form of Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Chris Paul. And like no one's like talking about that as much. I feel like they're an underrated threat to the playoffs, even though they're a 4th seed. Are they a 4th seed or are they a 5th seed?
I'm not sure.
No, wait, they're a 4th seed.
Yeah.
They're a 4th seed. Yeah, but either way, like they're an underrated threat. They really are. And yeah, to me, that's a very lethal trio of like all these great scorers, especially in Kevin Durant, who's like widely regarded as one of the best shooters of our generation,
shooting guard,
if not all time.
Yep.
Yeah, but with the numbers game in mind, we'll see how this plays out. But I'm still going for Phoenix in 5. I would be shocked if this went to 6 or 7 games.
Sheesh.
But to play devil's advocate, there's the possibility of Kawhi Leonard like just balling out, maybe averaging 35 points throughout this whole series.
He might go off and
for all we know.
Just make sure he's healthy. Don't get injured, and he'll be fine.
Yes, indeed. Now with that out of the way, Miami and Milwaukee. Giannis had a scary fall recently.
Ooh, not Giannis.
Yeah, and the Heat were able to capitalize on that as Jimmy Butler dropped 35 points and 11 assists. And they beat the Bucks 130 to 117. Butler's dazzling performance enabled the Heat to withstand the exit of Tyler Hero, and he broke his hand in the middle of the game.
Ooh.
It was his right hand. Apparently, he broke a couple fingers.
Oh, did it fell or like how did he broke it? Do you know?
I'm not too sure exactly how it happened, but like he was holding his holding his hand tightly.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
and you said a couple too, so it's not just one.
He's out indefinitely, so he's gonna be out for at least 3 weeks. But it depends on the severity of
the.
how broken they are.
Yeah.
I mean, God forbid it's anything severe. So, yeah. Butler, though, shot 15 of 27, leading the way as the Heat set a franchise scoring record for a playoff game and shot 59.5% from the floor. The Heat also capitalized on a dramatic advantage from beyond the arc, as the Heat were 15 of 25 and the Bucks were 11 of 45 from the three-point line. And now, Cleveland versus the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson, he had a great performance. He had 27 points. He scored 27 points. And the Knicks welcomed Cleveland back to the NBA playoffs by holding them off 101-97, a 4-point difference on Saturday night. Brunson was limited to 9 minutes in the first half, but hit several big shots down the stretch as the Knicks turned back. Donovan Mitchell finished with 38 points that game, with the Knicks clinging on to a 99-97 lead. Brunson missed a pull-up with 9 seconds left, and Randall bailed out New York with his 10th rebound and the team's 17th offensive board. That led to Quentin Grimes making 2 free throws to seal the win. The Knicks won 101-97. Now on to Boston and Atlanta. Boston took game 1, of course. They won 112-99. Jaylen Brown had 29 points, 12 rebounds. And the Celtics capitalized on a woeful shooting performance by the Hawks. Tatum scored 25 points, 21 from the first half alone.
Oh, damn.
Derek White finished with 25 points and 11 rebounds for Boston, which hosts Game 2 tomorrow.
Hey.
And Trae Young's 28-footer, a deep three, was the Hawks' first made three of the game. And they shot 1 of 16 from 3 in the first half.
Damn.
Yikes.
That is... What the heck? 1 in 16?
Yikes. Yikes. And even more yikes.
That's a quack quack.
Yeah, I wish we had a sad trumpet sound on here. That would have been so handy right now. Yeah. Anyways, the last matchup, we have the Sixers versus the Nets. Philly shot 48.8% from the three and 100% from the foul line, marking the second time in franchise history that the team shot at least 45% from deep and 100% from the line in the postseason since May 16, 2001, when Allen Iverson was on the team, per StatHead, which is a statistics website. Harden finished with 23 points and 13 assists, marking his third 20-point, 10-assist playoff game as a 76er. These games are the fourth most by any player in the history of the franchise. Embiid, MVP candidate, dropped 26 points, marking the 19th 25-point game of his playoff career. That is the 7th most by any 76er in franchise history.
Congratulations to them.
And the Sixers won that 121-101. Now, meanwhile, in the NFL, there's been some interesting news. So last week, I'm not sure if any of you have heard, but OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., signed a 1-year, $18 million deal with the Baltimore Ravens.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And he hinted to that on his Instagram post where his son was donning a Lamar Jackson jersey.
Oh.
And the caption simply read, "Flock." As in, that's their group name, I guess, the Flock. Well, I'm not sure how this duo will work between Lamar Jackson and OBJ. And Lamar was recently offered a $200 million deal.
Damn.
So, and with OBJ on the team, maybe that'll be eye candy for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Like a star player that he can throw to.
Yeah.
So,
maybe you can click,
Yeah, I think that'll happen for them. And the Ravens could potentially become a true playoff threat once again.
Well, at least make it to the finals,
The finals.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe so. But there's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
We watch starting in August.
That's a couple months from now.
And in other news, Jalen Hurts signed a massive contract today with the Eagles. He signed a 5-year extension worth $255 million.
Jeez, that is almost 1 million a year ish.
I have
Something
no
like that.
idea.
That's fat.
So he led the Eagles to the playoffs last season, throwing 16 touchdown passes against only 9 interceptions, completing 61.3% of his passes for 3,144 yards.
Ooh.
He was a dual threat weapon. He was a devastating threat to the whole league. He had an MVP caliber season.
Ooh.
He was on a roll last season. That said, he deserves it.
Yeah, I mean,
He deserves every single penny. And apparently, as of today, he is the highest paid player in NFL history, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. And $179.304 million is guaranteed.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of confused by that because 3 years ago, Patrick Mahomes signed a $500 million contract with the Kansas City Chiefs after he won the Super Bowl with them. So I'm like confused as to, I'm like, wait, doesn't Patrick Mahomes hold that honor?
Yeah.
Because he's clearly getting paid more over the course of 10. Oh wait, I see what they're saying now. So it's per year, I think.
Yeah.
And this $500 million I'm talking about,
is it a span of 10 years?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. That makes a lot more
Yeah.
sense now. That's putting Jalen Hurts ahead of the likes of Russell Wilson, who's getting paid $49 million, Patrick Mahomes $45 million, and then Aaron Rodgers $50.3 million. So, yeah, that's very interesting. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, $255 million. I really think that with this new contract, he's gonna bring the Eagles maybe another Super Bowl.
Yep.
The Eagles looked like a true threat, and they're gonna look like a legitimate threat for a long time. Now that they have a true quarterback in the form of Jalen Hurts.
For 5 years, they're gonna be a threat for every team.
But another threat potentially is Brock Purdy.
Ooh.
But as we all know, he was injured back in the NFC Championship game against the Eagles, hurting his elbow, and he was out for a while. But he's expected to start throwing again in 2 months.
Okay.
He got surgery. This surgery was a success, and yeah, so it's 2 months now that until he starts throwing again for the 49ers. So it's looking pretty hopeful right now, and he's still expected to be QB1 for the 49ers, especially with Jimmy Garoppolo now out.
Yeah.
So hopefully he gets back later and continues his surprising performance. I mean, he definitely blew me away.
Yeah.
Or the whole league for that matter.
How he stepped up for the team too. It's crazy.
Yeah. So on that note, you have been listening to Something Sporty on KSFS Radio, and coming up next is Radiohead with Noah at 8 o'clock. This has been Erik, and we have
AKA Gian. We'll see you guys.
We will see you guys next Monday, same time, same place, 7 p.m., live exclusively on KSFS Radio. All right. Goodbye.